Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Rockwood. This is their part number RM751-12-38-630. This is an edge pole is what this is. This is an RM751, which is a member of a small family of edge poles, which happens to be, two facets govern that, and I'll go over that in a moment. This happens to be -12, which means it's 12-inch long. Okay, 12-inch overall length. The rest of that part number stands for the fact that the rod is 3/8. And on this one, it's a solid rod. And then also it is 630. That means two things. It means it's made of solid stainless, and then it is in a brushed finish. 630 also happens to be the same as US 32D or 32D, which is the most durable of all finishes. It's called a natural finish, and would be considered the most robust and durable, period. So if you're looking for, I want the finish that's most durable, this is it. 630 is most definitely the most durable of all finishes. So here's what that pull handle looks like, or that edge pull, I should say. Now, where are these edge pulls used? Well, they're used in applications where they have doors where you are going for a concealed hardware sort of concept, generally. So really all you're going to see on this is literally just in elevation, just this profile is all you're going to see. There's not a lot there that you're really going to see. Other hardware that complements this is generally a roller latch with an angle stop and then center hung pivots. Those items kind of go together because the hardware is demurred on the door. It's not highly conspicuous. It's not drawing attention. So when you're looking for less hardware rather than more, this sort of RM750 series is a good option. Now, why 12-inch? Well, the standard size is maybe 4-inch or possibly 6-inch, not 12-inch. Well, okay, but if you have a, let's see here now, if you have a door that is 6'8", I would say a 4-inch would be great, maybe a 6-inch. If you have a door that's 9 foot tall or 8 foot tall, you might want the hardware to grow proportionally with the door itself, and that's why you might see something taller. I do not know where this client is using this specific, well, I can tell you, it's in a restaurant, so there could be, something to that, in the sense of maybe they've got taller doors, maybe they have more unusual doors or hardware on doors that's atypical that you would not run into normally outside of a commercial setting. Okay. Now this item is listed in the site in lots of different lengths. You can certainly order this really in any length because it's nothing other than a piece of, flat, stainless that's been sheared, and they've taken a solid rod and they've welded that to this, and they've dressed that finish off and cleaned it off. This particular unit was ordered by this client for an 1 3/8 thick door that has 3/8 cladding on it. So the effective door thickness is going to be 1 3/4. So they said you needed to clear the door thickness because this dimension is based on your door thickness. They could have just declared an 1 3/4 thick door. However, it's important to declare the thickness because you don't necessarily want these screws going into your cladding, so to speak. And as I look at this, yeah, I mean, this is going to be, that screw hole is going to be awfully close to the 1 3/8 door thickness with this run up to the back side of this. So that may not, they may in the future want to move that over a little bit. Now, having said that, you get those screws located properly for the door thickness. So this unit will have, has been manufactured for some 3/8 cladding, so effectively an 1 3/4 thick door. And then you're going to have a 1/2 inch generally of where the door will not reside. And this may or may not be run all the way to the back side of the door, but it generally is. So the point of the matter is this pull itself is, it's 12-inch. It's for a particular declared door thickness, stainless steel, solid 3/8 rod, things of that nature. Now this item can be done in stainless steel base material, onto which they can make a 629 polished or a 630 satin finish, which is what this is. Brass or bronze base materials, onto which they can do your brasses, your bronze, your chromes, your nickels, your satin polished oil rub bronze. They can powder coat. They can do black, oil rub bronze equivalent powder coat, white, red. You know, it's powder coat, so it's paint. But those are the ones that they can do right out of the catalog. So different finishes are definitely an option. Let's switch to the screen view where we can take a closer look at the supporting documentation. Okay, so here's the item that we are indeed looking at, the RM751. And again, RM751, 12-inch, 3/8 and 630. So the RM751 is one of 4 options when it comes to edge pulls from Rockwood. So you have square edge and beveled edge. You have without return and with return. We're doing clearly the RM751 because there's no return, and I'm saying it's for a square edge door. The beveled edge, obviously that needs to be manufactured in such a way where your relationship of the hardware to the face of the door needs to stay completely perpendicular, so they have to know if it's a beveled edge or not. Then you have one for a double acting door. Probably appropriate for, well, a closet door, I suppose. You could have a roller latch that would have a double acting strike. You would still need a way to be able to pull that door open and closed. I suppose you could have an overhead or a floor closer on such a door where you would have a very petite way by which to go about pulling that door open. So be mindful. These are the options. And then in terms of the variables, again, finish, length, size of the rod can all be looked at. Now there is a link also below this video to a sample technical drawing, and this is that drawing here, and it's again right below this video. So what we're looking at here is our, well actually this is a sample technical drawing for an RM752, not a 751. This shows the return, but it shows how we've declared the 1 3/8 door thickness, and that 3/8 cladding is being applied, and the logic is that fastener is moved over so as to not encroach into the 3/8 cladding. You don't want to run a screw into it. It could be MDF. It could be, who knows what it is. It may not be a consistent panel. It could be chair rail or some sort of tongue and groove. We don't know what it is. And this is the type of drawing that the factory would send for review and approval. Because it has a return, you'll have a screw in the side and then 2 in the edge. And this shows a 1/2 inch solid rod, not the 3/8 that we're doing here. Okay. Now also on this page we have some extended description information, which is what we're going to take a look at quickly. 12-inch solid rod, 3/8 satin stainless, specify door thickness. You do have to tell them how thick you want the door, not only for the width but where to locate the screws. Now there is a link below this video here to the manufacturer's page, and when we click on that, that manufacturer's page is going to load, and here it is. And it will allow us to review not only all of the Rockwood products we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. And this would be considered the core line, the trim and auxiliary line from Rockwood. However, the RM material is in the architectural door pull catalog. So there are 2 primary catalogs, the core line and then the architectural door pull catalog. And in the architectural door pull catalog is where we're going to find our RM751 series material, RM750 series material. Some updated pictures that they show here as well. This is 100+ pages of near countless variations on door pulls, and I would recommend that you review this catalog should you be in that market at some point and wanting to be deluged with like I said, near countless options. Now, let's wrap up this video on camera. Now, in conclusion, we encourage you to review this piece of hardware. The name Rockwood is synonymous with exceptional quality, fit, and finish when it comes to trim and auxiliary hardware. You know, pull handles, push plates. They, of course, get into flat goods and door stops, and they get into overhead stops. They have a line of pivots as well. But their hallmark, really, in all of those primary categories is that willingness, that all but eagerness to assist with applications where they have to deviate from standard. Nowhere in their catalog does it show a 12-inch edge bowl. Nowhere. Ask them for it, they'll say yes. You want this in an antique nickel made out of solid brass? Absolutely, they can do that. Really great when it comes to the willingness to be able to help solve problems. In fact, on that manufacturer's page is a video of me detailing one such incident where I needed to build a custom electromagnetic lock to replace a electromagnetic lock that was 20 years old. And nobody has a current lock with the same faceplate footprint. So I was able to purchase the magnetic lock that had the functionality the client required, fail secure with a door status monitor happening on it, an auto relock feature. I was able to pull that plate off, get information from that electromagnetic lock manufacturer in terms of you know, the type of thread that was required for one of the holes to be tapped at, etc. And then took that electromagnetic lock, took its preparations, all of the holes, the holes that were punched, probably, the holes that were punched and countersunk, translated that onto a form that was the larger footprint of the larger faceplate I needed, sent that off to Rockwood, and they manufactured me that plate. It worked out really great. Anyway, if you have any questions on the RM751 in a 630 finish or any other Rockwood product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. If you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please click subscribe as well, and even share the video with someone that you know. And if you have any questions for a future video, please send them our way, and we will make every attempt to oblige. And thank you very much.